Good morning and welcome to another lesson summary. Today we will summarize lesson number 9. This week we were encouraged to read chapters 25 to 27 in our companion book, The Great Controversy. Imagine if you lived in a place where you can do anything you want, however you want, whenever you want, and there's no one to tell you not to. Would you like to be in a place like that? I know there's a lot of people that think that this would be super amazing. Now, imagine you're in this place all by yourself. It could probably be fun. What if 8 billion other people came and shared the same space with you? And every single one of them wants to do what they want, how they want, when they want, just like you. Now that could be a little different. So if someone sees you driving a really nice car, that you worked very hard for it, but someone comes along and says, oh, I like your car. I want your car. And then you say, well, hold on, no. I bought the car, this belongs to me. But in this place where we can do anything we want, the person replies, I don't care. I want your car and I want it now. Would this be paradise, you think? Or would this be a chaotic place to be? Actually, a place where there's no rules, where there's no laws to restrain our behavior, a place where everyone does what they want, is actually anarchy. And there's not one single person that is in their right mind that would love to live in a place like that. The main memory verse for lesson number 9 is found in Revelation 12:17. And the dragon was angered with the woman, and he went to make war with the rest of her offspring who keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. The dragon, which is the devil, Satan, the enemy of God and man, went to make war with the woman of the church and the rest of her offspring. This church has a very interesting characteristic. It says that it keeps the commandments of God and has the testimony of Jesus Christ. The title of lesson 9 is The Foundation of God's Government. On Sunday, the title was The Sanctuary and the Law. Remember that we have reviewed that the sanctuary in heaven is actually the throne of God. We read Revelation 11:19, and this verses told us that in the temple of God, the throne of God, there is the 10 commandments, the law that was written on stone tables by the very finger of God when he gave it to Moses. Heaven also has laws. The foundation of God's government has laws. And Monday, the point of the lesson was to tell us whether the law of God can be changed or if we can get rid of the law of God. We read Matthew 5:17, where Jesus says, don't think that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. Jesus says, no, I actually came to this earth to fulfill the law, to obey the law of God. And verse 18, Jesus continues to say, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all is fulfilled. I don't know about you, but I still see heaven, and I know that we are still in this earth. Therefore, what the verse is telling me, the law of God will never cease to be. And I find that quite interesting because I've heard some preachers and teachers promote the idea that the law of God was nailed at the cross. It just doesn't make sense, does it? If a country cannot live and be prosperous without laws that govern it, how can the universe, how can God's government exist with no laws? On Tuesday, we review the 10 commandments, but specifically the 4th commandment. Come join me as we read Exodus 20. The 4th commandment starts in verse 8, where it says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your works, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, you, your son, your daughter, your manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor the stranger that is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. In the law of God, the fourth commandment reminds us who the Creator is, who made heaven and earth, the Lord our God, who made the sea, the Lord our God. And because He is the Creator, He chose one day for you and me to come and to worship Him. The Bible says, remember the Sabbath day. Remember the seventh day. Can I worship God any day? Yes, you can. But if you want to obey God, you're going to worship Him on the seventh day, which is the Sabbath day of the Lord our God. This is the day that God chose, that God put aside, that God blessed and made it holy. On Wednesday, we dealt with the mark of the beast. Remember, the title of this lesson is The Great Controversy, the great war between evil and good. So if God chose one day to be worshipped on, and He chose the seventh day Sabbath, which for us today is Saturday, He says, this is the day that you can come and worship me. But on Wednesday, we discover that there's a mark of the beast that is also a day of worship. Come with me to Revelations 12, verses 12 and 17. Let's see what it says. Therefore rejoice, ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is cast down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that his time is short. Verse 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. The devil that was cast down from heaven to earth is enraged because he knows that he has a little time left. And in his rage, he is making war with one significant group, those that keep the commandments of God, including the fourth commandment, which says, remember the seventh day Sabbath to keep it holy. Listen to what Revelation 13:7 says about the beast and the mark of the beast. And it was given unto him, to the beast, to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindred, all tongues, and all nations. And verse 4 says, and they worshiped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. Remember, the dragon is the devil. The devil gives power to this beast. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with him? The dragon gives his power to this beast. This beast is worshipped as if it was God. And verse 8 continues, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of the life of the Lamb from the foundation of the world. Verse 11, who is the beast? We go to Revelation 13. I encourage you to read the whole chapter 13, and you will discover that there are two beasts. John starts with, there's a beast that comes out of the sea. And this beast that comes out of the sea, the dragon gives him his power, his seat, and great authority. There's a power that comes up, which is raised by the devil himself. And listen to what this power does. Verse 5 says that this beast speaks great blasphemies, and power was given to this beast over all kindreds, all tongues, and all nations. And verse 8 told us that everyone that dwells on this earth worship this beast, except those whose names are written in the book of life of the Lamb. Then verse 11, there's another beast that comes. And this beast is said that it comes out of the earth. And he has two horns like a lamb, but he speaks like a dragon. Two beasts, one from the sea, one from the earth. The one from the sea, the dragon gives him all his power, his authority, and his seat. The second beast that comes and looks like a lamb, which is a Christian nation, but speaks like a dragon, speaks like the devil. Listen to what he does. He deceives all that dwell in the earth by means of miracles and signs, and saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the first beast, the beast from the sea. And he had power to give life to the image of the first beast. And the second beast, look what he does. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the mark in the right hand or their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save those that have the mark or the name of the beast or his number. Here is wisdom. Let him that understands count the number of the beast, for is the number of a man is 666. Let's summarize. The first beast that comes out of the waters is the power that ruled Europe for 1,260 years. The dragon himself gives him power, his seat, and great authority. But there's another beast that rises from the earth that is lamb-like, Christian, but speaks like a dragon, speaks like the devil. The second beast rises from the United States of America. The second beast uses all its civil power to force everyone in this earth to worship the first beast, the power that ruled Europe for 1,260 years. And how does the whole world worship that power, that beast that came out of the sea? By worshiping on the day that the papal power chose and made it holy. Jesus said, I did not come to this earth to abolish the law. I came to this earth to fulfill the law. And Jesus kept the Sabbath, the seventh-day Sabbath, holy. The power that ruled Europe chose a different day. Sunday, they worship on Sunday in honor of the resurrection of Christ. But Christ said, it's easier for heaven and earth to pass away than for the law of God to be changed. So the fourth commandment that we read in Exodus is still alive and kicking today. But there are two powers, the power from the sea and the power from the earth, that are working together to force the whole entire world to worship on Sunday, the first day of the week. On Thursday, we went back to Revelations 14:12, and it says, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and have the faith of Jesus Christ. You see, my friend, this great controversy, the mess that the world is in today, the only reason is because it's a great controversy between good and evil. And the main question of this controversy is, who are we going to worship? Are we going to worship God, or are we going to worship a man that has been given power by the dragon himself, and he calls himself God on earth? The choice is clear. God gave the 10 commandments, which includes the fourth commandment, to remember the seventh-day Sabbath, Saturday. But when we worship the beast, we will worship him on the first day of the week. God has a day, and the dragon has a day. The controversy is between God and Satan. God has his disciples, and the dragon has his disciples. But the choice is really up to you and me. Revelation 13:8 says, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, shall worship the dragon via worshiping the beast, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb. You see, the final choice is yours and mine. If I want to keep my name in the book of life of the Lamb, I will choose to worship on the seventh-day Sabbath. So my friend, the choice is yours. Do you want to keep your name in the book of life of the Lamb? Or do you want your name to be taken away from the book of life? I pray that you will choose to worship God on the seventh-day Sabbath, and you will reject worshiping the dragon on the first day of the week. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon.